right, let's cut the bullshit, babe. Are you running your life like a game of Monopoly? Think about it, okay? You're obsessing over the flashy boardwalk level goals, the quick wins, the high profile accomplishments, the make it big moments, but you're ignoring the solid yet unsexy groundwork that actually builds a winning life. Yes, I said unsexy groundwork, right? It's not really sexy, right? You know, the stuff no one claps for because it makes them uncomfortable, but it's also the core of what actually changes you, and you know it. You just don't want to admit it. So it's time to get real. It's time to get raw, and let's go.
Welcome to the carnival. I'm the ringleader now. They won't hear a sound at all as I bury you 6 feet underground.
All right, so in Monopoly, everyone swoons over Boardwalk and Park Place. And if you're going to say, no, I don't, yes, you do. We're talking about those dark blue, pricey properties. Sure, they look impressive, but statistically, they're landed on the least. Okay, so meanwhile, you've got the humble orange and red properties get landed on all the time, but nobody wants to get them. They're the steady cash cows. That's your life, right? While you're daydreaming about some epic boardwalk moment, like suddenly finding the perfect relationship, landing that 6-figure opportunity, or waking up one day magically healed, you're actually stepping over the very steps that would make those dreams come true. So ask yourself, are you neglecting those things daily? Are you skipping out on the boring emotional work, the consistent habits, the tough conversations with yourself just because they're not as thrilling as a big shiny goal? Just be brutally honest here. If your life were a Monopoly board, would it show a couple of boastful blue properties with no houses, all flash, no cash, right? And there's no emotional depth, while the rest of the board, your daily routines, your emotional health, your boundaries, is a ghost town of neglected lots? You know deep down that real badass confidence and the most explosive life you want to have isn't actually built on one jackpot moment. I mean, we can buy all the fancy life we want, but you and I both know damn well that that isn't how anything ends up working out, right? Your own personal goals, ambitions, and dream life are built on those little properties you pass every single day. You know, those things you say you're just good on now. I know, some of you are like, oh, excuse me? The ones you see as beneath you, like the orange and red properties, aka working on your internal battles or insecurities. We all know them. I have plenty of them. The orange and red properties of life may not seem glamorous. Daily exercise, saying no to protect your time, journaling your fucking feelings, meditating, getting therapy, practicing self-discipline, but they are your actual money makers, meaning the actual things that sustain you emotionally. They build you up piece by piece until before you know it, you're not just landing on Boardwalk, you own the whole damn block. You're not the new kid on the block. You are the runner and operator of that block. Just think about the Monopoly board, okay? Or if you're on the video podcast, look at the Monopoly board, okay? You have the modest houses on St. James Place, right? An orange property. And then a hotel on Illinois Avenue. That's the red property. In life, these small daily investments in yourself are what generates steady returns. Unlike praying for a one-time jackpot because you've listened to it you've listened to all those manifesting your dreams into reality podcasts, right? The truth is, chasing after only big wins is a loser strategy in games, but also in life. In Monopoly, if you blow all your cash trying to nab Boardwalk right away, you'll probably go bankrupt before you see a dime from it. Likewise, if you're fixated on the end goal, the dream job, the ideal body, the perfect partner, total enlightenment, whatever your Boardwalk is, and you ignore the gritty work right in front of you, you're setting yourself up to lose. Okay, that my son did that the exact same way. He had all these properties, he had money, and then boom, Boardwalk comes in. He tried so hard to get it and ended up losing everything. Everything for one property because he wasn't focused on the day-to-day. He was focused on this like end goal that he had perceived in his mind. If I just have this, if I just have this, is this sounding familiar? If I just had this one thing that I want to get fixed, but you can't look at all the other things that you're like, oh, no, but I'm good on those, right? Because you've already done it. Oh yeah, I'm just cruising now. Stop it. What you end up doing is you run yourself into the ground. You're mortgaging your self-worth and well-being for a mirage. And just like that reckless Monopoly player, you'll find yourself cash poor, confidence poor, and asking, what the hell went wrong? Why can't I win? You are mortgaging all these things. The hard truth is that every time you chase a new self-help program, a new miracle cure, a new shiny quick fix without following through on the last one, you're mortgaging your self-worth. It's like taking a loan against properties you haven't even built a house on. You know what I'm talking about, right? You keep buying up programs, the metaphorical properties, hoping one of them are going to be the golden ticket. This is true enlightenment. Join now. But you never stick with them long enough to build hotels, aka good at many things, never master at anything. Because you're just good now. You're just comfortable now. Then you wonder why you're emotionally bankrupt and still stuck in the same place, or why you're still feeling like you're Captain Save-A-Ho with people who never asked for you to save them. You know what I'm talking about. You want to help them. You want to show how much of a warrior you are because you can really fight, right? You are strong, confident. You are a strong, confident woman. Stop it. Really, you're so stuck in fight mode that you still haven't mastered freezing when you're spiraling about what Linda down the street thinks about you, and fighting when you know you're only letting that person in your life because you want to boost your own ego, and they can tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. So you keep that person in your life that's toxic, right? I mean, be real. Think about the last course or book or workshop that you jumped into. Did you actually do the work in it? Or did you breeze through the easy parts, skip the uncomfortable exercises, and then shelf it while you were searching for the next high? A lot of you are acting like collectors in Monopoly who grab every single property they land on but never develop any of them. You have a shelf full of self-help books, a phone full of meditation apps, maybe even a therapist on speed dial, yet you're not implementing jack shit consistently. You have that therapist just so you can validate your fucking feelings, right? Then when life sends the bill, aka a crisis, a breakup, a burnout at work, you have nothing to leverage. No emotional savings, no resilience built up, nothing, because you are too busy focused on your biggest goals to make your foundation strong enough to withhold the chaos. I have been there. You end up paying out to others, maybe in drama and emotional breakdowns, dumping your own pain on friends or partners, or falling back into old vices. I have been there. Just like a monopoly player who has to keep paying rent on other people's properties because they never invested in their own. You're constantly paying the price for not investing in yourself. Self-sabotage isn't just procrastination or laziness. It goes way deeper. It's choosing what's comfortable now over what's transformative long term. It's you landing on the same damn community chest card over and over. Go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200, right? In real life, jail is just your comfort zone. You're like, it's just what I know. Let's just go to jail. Every time you're on the brink of doing something that scares you, setting a boundary, feeling a painful emotion, instead of numbing it, speaking up for yourself, committing to a morning routine, you pull back. You retreat to the familiar prison of old habits and fears. You justify it with, I don't have time, or I'm just not ready, or maybe the next program is going to motivate me, or you just sit there and you check out all the way. But the problem is that you push everything away because it's easy. And you don't do the work because it's easy. It's easy. I just recently did this. We want to fix our partners, and we sit there and say, oh, it's a boundary and I want to work on this, and we lose the whole side of why we're actually doing it. We're doing it because we can't sit with ourselves and the reality that you got your own shit to work on right now, so shut the fuck up, sit still, look pretty. Not really, but in a sense, that is what you need to do. You need to listen. It's like hitting me hard. I'm like, okay, fine, right? No one's coming to save you. No new program, no guru, no lover, no job opportunity is going to roll the dice for you. You have to move your own damn piece. You have to do the uncomfortable shit yourself. Otherwise, you're just circling the board, passing go, collecting your mediocre $200 and going nowhere. Ignoring the ugly work versus doing what actually heals you. So just call it out, okay? You're avoiding the ugly work. The very work that actually heals and propels you because it's not cute. Oh, but it's not Instagram worthy, right? Certainly isn't instant. It's much sexier to post a photo holding a new self-help journal than it is to actually sit alone on a Friday night and sob into that same journal about your childhood drama or trauma or any of it. Heartbreak. It's more fun to brag that you signed up for a 6 a.m. yoga challenge than to actually crawl out of bed exhausted and do it day after day. We live in a world that sells boardwalk fantasies, 30-day fixes, 3-step formulas, manifest your dream life in a month. Hell, I have an 8-week reset your relationships program, right? You buy it, literally. But when it comes time to confront your shadow, to regulate your raging emotions, to address those deep inceptional wounds, the core hurts from way back that still dictate your life, you fucking bolt, you get defensive, you lash out, you slap a band-aid on it, move on, hoping the next shiny object will make it all better. Maybe I should just leave this relationship. Maybe I should just quit that job. But in so doing, you are telling yourself that you have decided to check out once again. Now hear me out, because that avoidance is killing your progress. Maybe that relationship wasn't good. Or maybe it was that you were scared. You were angry. You were hurt. You had other things going on, and your partner was being a pig-headed bitch that didn't want to just sit there and realize that not everything's about you. I'm talking about myself because I've fucking done it. Okay? Those orange and red properties that you're ignoring, they represent the daily, unglamorous grind of healing and self-connection that we are all scared of. And we sit there and we say, no, I have boundaries. I have this. No, the fuck you don't. You have an illusion of what you want so that you don't have to actually work. I'm talking about daily emotional regulation, daily. Check in with yourself every day, sitting with your feelings instead of running from them or lashing out or emotionally dumping. Practicing calming techniques when you're triggered. That doesn't mean you do it one time and you say, oh my God, I think I'm doing better. My kids can say that to me sometimes. They'll sit there and, I think I'm doing so much better now. And you're like, that's cute because you've been doing this for one day. So let's just put a pin in that one, and then we can revisit in a week and we'll see how you're doing. Okay, right? So you face these old scars from your past, the painful memories and beliefs formed in childhood, and doing the hard work to rewrite those stories. That is what it's about. You do shadow integration, which is owning the parts of you that you're ashamed of or afraid of, admitting you have anger, pettiness, jealousy, neediness, all of these traits that you keep burying further and further, right? You're dragging them into the light and working with them instead of pretending that you're fine or nice all the time. You have this burnout recovery, so you're actually letting yourself rest. Oh, but I have this, and my kids have this, and my kids have soccer practice. That's adorable, but your kids will survive. Okay, if you are depleting your energies because you don't want to disappoint your child, you are not doing them any favors. You have to recalibrate. You have to establish boundaries to protect your energy and say no to shit that sucks your soul. And it's hard sometimes to say no because you are so afraid of being abandoned if you say no. But in so doing, you abandon yourself. Now, by the way, burnout isn't just about working too hard, okay? Because I know that sometimes we perceive burnout and we're like, oh yeah, I just got to work less, I'm starting to get burnt out. It's actually rooted in unprocessed inner child wounds and shadows that we buried. So that means you're burned out in part because your past pain and suppressed self are eating you alive under the surface. They're like fucking termites. Have you ever dealt with termites? They are the absolute worst. They just eat. They just eat and eat and eat. And next thing you know, your foundation for the house, that wood that you're like, it's stable, it's always going to be good. And it just, right? That's exactly what it does. It just destroys that foundation that you've built. And quite frankly, never had, right? Sometimes. But another one is confronting that self-abandonment. So stopping the constant self-betrayal where you put everyone else first and leave yourself last. It means learning to trust yourself, keep promises to yourself, and prioritize your needs unapologetically. You should not have to apologize, and your partner should not have to apologize. So if your partner feels like they have to apologize, shut the fuck up and listen to them, okay? Just think about that list. None of it is sparkly or quick. All of it is the price of admission for a truly kick-ass life. These are the properties that might not seem like much at first, but if you invest in them day after day, they start generating some serious rent in the form of confidence, peace of mind, self-respect, that one's huge, and authentic happiness, not superficial. This is the ugly work that yields beautiful results, but you have to commit every day. You have to get your hands dirty every day. You have to build on these areas of your life like your life depends on it, because it does. Most people don't do this. Most people keep chasing Boardwalk and ignore the oranges and reds. Most people will continue to avoid their reflection in the mirror because it's too damn hard to face. They'll play act at healing. You're like, I'm so good at this. Look at me, right? Maybe do a yoga class here or there. Read a chapter of a self-help book there. But they never go all in. They do the healing equivalent of buying a property and never developing, or promising to do that one day, but that one day you know damn well is never going to happen. Half-ass healing is what keeps you stuck. It's why you feel like you've been working on yourself forever, but still feel the same. You're wallpapering the house with no foundation. You're putting fresh paint on a car that has no engine. You're fooling yourself and you know it deep down. This is where you own your game. No more victim mentality. So here's some ruthless accountability. Stop acting like you landed on chance and drew the bad lucky card, right? This is bad luck all the time. Every time something goes wrong, oh my God, my life, right? Your life is not an unlucky roll of the dice. You are where you are because of what you've chosen, consciously or unconsciously. Yes, bad shit happens that's out of our control. Just like in Monopoly, you might land on someone else's property and owe money, or a random tax card screws you over. But guess what? In the long run, winners still win because they strategize, adapt, and take responsibility for their moves because they have grown and they feel safe to do it. They don't sit and whine, but it's not fair, the game is rigged. They get up, strategize better, and play again. If they fuck up, they fucking get better. Do you see what I'm saying? Ruthless accountability just means that no more victim mentality is present in your mind. You have to call yourself out on your own crap. Are you blaming your job, your spouse, your family for why you haven't worked on your dreams or mental health? Shit, that's me. Are you telling yourself the story that you're too busy to meditate or too broken to ever be happy? Those are excuses. So shut up and listen. Seductive little lies keep you comfortably miserable. I am here to trigger you out of that comfort. Because as long as you refuse to hold yourself accountable, you will remain a slave to circumstance. And I don't mean dominatrix, so don't get it twisted. You'll be like a Monopoly player who blames the dice for losing while ignoring that they refused to make the tough trades or buy houses when they had the chance, right? The reality check is that no one is coming to play the game for you. No one. Do you see what I'm saying? We can all cheer you on. Even me, okay? Your coach. We can give you tools, maybe even walk a few steps with you, but you have to roll the dice each day on doing the work. You have to make the decision to finally get out of your own way. This is 100% your responsibility, babe. I know it's scary, okay? But it's also liberating and freeing, because that means you aren't at the mercy of luck or someone else's charity. You are in control of building your own life. So stop people pleasing and then resenting it and putting it into somebody else's face. Stop saying yes when you really mean hell to the no, no, no. And then acting surprised when you're exhausted and bitter. Stop abandoning yourself and then crying that no one sees you. See yourself. I'm speaking to myself at the same time because I need to see myself. I need to show the world that I expect to be treated fiercely, but I can't, in a good way, but I can't do that if I can't do it to myself, right? That might mean that you ruffle feathers, so be it. Stepping into your power is going to piss some people off or scare them off. You might stop fitting neatly into the box that they want you in. The compliant nice girl, the ever reliable yes man, the doormat. But guess what? That box was a prison in the first place. It wasn't a trophy, so who cares, right? You can't win anything worthwhile still living in that space. Stop chasing and master the basics. So consider this your wake-up call, your oh hell no moment. It's time to stop chasing boardwalk level miracle fixes and start mastering the basics that you've been avoiding. There is no magical card coming that says, advance to boardwalk, win the game. In life, you earn your boardwalk by mastering the damn orange and red properties first. By doing so, you actually won't even care about boardwalk that much at all, because you'll realize you've been building something even more valuable, unshakable inner strength and freedom. So what does mastering the basics look like? Starting today, girl. It looks like committing to consistency over intensity. And if you're a man listening to this, my bad. Listen, man, I'd rather you spend 10 minutes every single morning processing your emotions than spend 2 hours once a month in some cathartic breath work and then ignoring yourself the rest of the time program. It looks like actually finishing the courses you started, or at least extracting 1 or 2 solid practices from them and doing those every day until they become second nature. It looks like having the guts to sit with your pain instead of scrolling your phone or pouring a drink. It looks like telling your friend, I can't listen to your drama tonight. I need to take care of myself. Or respecting when your friend or significant other tells you that they want some space, because you recognize when you're at capacity, and you can recognize that you are okay to respect them at their capacity. It looks like going to bed and getting sleep instead of doom scrolling till 2 a.m. and complaining, I'm tired all day. Oh, it's just because I didn't get enough sleep. Go to bed. None of this is groundbreaking or Instagrammable, but it is effective. It's the grind that gets you the results everyone else will call luck later on. And let me tell you something about those basics. When you truly master them, life gets exciting in a way no quick fix can ever deliver. You start feeling changes, little ones at first, right? You didn't snap at your kids today, or you saw that you snapped at your kids, right? Even when they pushed your buttons, because you've been practicing emotional regulation. So at least you're starting to notice, or you're starting to work on it, right? You caught yourself before falling into that spiral of negative self-talk that usually ruins your entire week and the week of everyone around you. You set a boundary with your boss and the world didn't end. Oh my God. In fact, they respected you more. You went to that social event sober and present and actually enjoyed yourself without using alcohol as a crutch. These are the quiet wins that start stacking up like those steady rent payments from houses on St. James Place and Tennessee Avenue. Changing, right? You're slowly changing. Before long, you realize you're not the same person. That foundation you laid is paying off. Little by little, you have become the person who does the work, who respects themselves, who doesn't run from challenges, but faces them head on. That is the real power. That is your freedom. So I'm saying this with all the love and fire I've got. Put up or shut up. No more dabbling in your healing. No more, I kind of did the work. Mediocre, right? You're either all in or you're choosing to stay stuck. Period. No sugarcoating, no excuses. Right after this episode, I want you to do one uncomfortable thing that pushes you forward. Write the hard truth. Set the boundary. Say no. Get off your ass and do the thing you've been avoiding. Now, will this fix your life overnight? No, it's not going to fix your life overnight. It's not supposed to. This is about building a foundation brick by fucking brick. The empire you want, it's not built on dreams. It's built on discipline, discomfort, and decisions that no one applauds except yourself. You can applaud yourself. You've played it safe long enough. It's your turn to roll the dice. Own your squares. Do the ugly work. Work on what you have right now so you can gain more and be more insightful and appreciate more. Stop mortgaging your self-worth and finally play to win. Now, are you in or are you out? Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.